Come, one and all, as we watch the desolation, the destruction of Doc's career. And as sad as it is to me to say, because I actually was a fan of the Doc, I did watch a couple of his videos. The guy is an entertainer. He was an absolute legend. And it's sad that this has happened. However, the show must go on. What he came to cannot be forgiven. And I will report the truth at all costs, even at the cost of my own life. Anyways, let's take a look. So you haven't heard, a former Twitch employee came forward, essentially came out with allegations regarding Dr. Disrespect. I'm going to go over a lot of this because a lot of you have already heard this. However, we're going to go into some of the reactions and add some different context that you might have not heard. A former Twitch employee has come forward and stated the alleged reason Dr. Disrespect's permanent Twitch ban being for sexting a minor and the previous Twitch Whispers product. This was said by Cody Connor's ex-Twitch employee. He got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text. Case closed, gang. Big shock to the world. Jake Lucky reported on it. And essentially, Dr. Disrespect came in and he stated this. Jake, seriously, I get it. It's a hot topic, but it has been settled. No wrongdoing was knowledge, and they paid out the whole contract. Saying, oh, you know, Twitch paid me out. You know, this was settled a long time ago, dude. Not even addressing anything, which made people very curious, to say the least. As you can see, you know, a lot of memes going on here. People are not really buying it. Dr. Disrespect then had this in his statement right after. Listen, I'm obviously tied to obligations from a settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal, no wrongdoing found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday. Again, a non-statement. Not stating anything. Now, a lot of people were saying, oh, it's because the NDA. He can't say anything because the NDA. However, a lot of people pointed out, you can make a general statement. This isn't really, this just sounds very foul to say the least. Sounds kind of fishy. And I, you know, was curious on what the actual reason is. He wasn't addressing anything directly. He was kind of tiptoeing, vague response after vague response. Just a lot of bullshit. And, you know, a lot of people were defending him, you know, and to some degree, I was like, you know, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. We don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. Let's not jump to conclusions. However, you know, and it's always good to essentially wait for more evidence. However, Elden Ring stream came on Monday, and this is what happened, essentially. Dr. Disrespect's last moments on stream discussing him being fatigued by the internet and taking a break from streaming and driving off into the sunset.
More importantly, we need to... I think when I say step away, I mean, I'm going to either have to relay this to the Midnight Society, but you know, maybe I step away from there too. Just completely remove myself from the scene. That's what I need to do. I mean, right? Take all the time you need, says Layer Cake. I appreciate that.
So the background music is not doing him any favors. It sounds sinister. It sounds like something awful is about to happen. Like we're getting to some creepy, desolate spot where someone's going to ambush us. And instead, it's Doc ambushing us with this extremely fucked situation, okay?
Give me back my Doc! Don't be a pussy. God damn it. I'm telling you, it's fatigue. It's tired. It's wanting to just kind of move away from the limelight. Ultimately.
Now, it is worth pointing out as well. He gets accused of a bunch of things, and he's immediately fatigued and wants to run away. Probably not a good thing after making two vague statements, to say the least. It makes you look very weird.
It's about. You know what I mean, champs? Damn, now what? I mean, shit, there's 50 million other streamers you can watch right now. It's getting old, yo. What's getting old? Get the break. Respect it, Doc. Okay, I appreciate that. It's getting old. You're not alone. That's not very nice. You don't like me? It's time to drive into the sunset, says Swervin. Oof, man, I like your style. It might be time to drive in the sunset, champs.
Bro, this is the worst time to drive. This is not a note that you drive off into the sunset with. Hey, I was caught maybe sexting a minor. Time to drive into the sunset, gang. time, time to veer off, guys. I think I said all there is to say. You know, I've had a good career. You know, let's leave on this diddling note.
Appreciate all of you,
bro.
Appreciate all the commitments, the recommitments. Please do me a favor. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you soon. Yeah.
So we get the idea. Driving off Sunset. Essentially, I'm tired. Things are hard. You know, I just can't take social media. Turns out it's because right before that, he looked at his phone and he's kind of made a face. People were kind of wondering. He's talking about maybe disconnecting from Midnight Society. And then Midnight Society came out with this statement. On the Friday evening, we became aware of the allegations against one of our co-founders, Guy Bream, aka Dr. Disrespect. He assumed his innocence, began speaking with the parties involved, and in order to maintain principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we needed to act. For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with Guy Bream immediately. While these facts are difficult to hear and even more difficult to accept, it is our duty to act with dignity on behalf of individuals, especially the 55 developers and families we employed along with our community players. So a lot to unpack here. We speak with the parties involved and we decided to terminate our relationship. Essentially stating, in my opinion, something was found. Or they could have disconnected based just solely on the rumors and the investigation was these rumors. Totally possible. However, I'm not so sure about that. I didn't really 100% buy that. You know, I had my suspicions. I think a lot of people did, and a lot of people are just taking the former, which is they found something, more to heart and thinking that's the case, which I can't blame anybody. However, still people, you know, like evidence, you know, people are still kind of giving benefit of the doubt. Understandable, because still nothing, no proof has been put forward. No text. We're not seeing what happened. And there's no statement from Dr. Disrespect except for these vague ideas. However, Dr. Disrespect made a public statement. And in the public statement, he edited it 3 times. The first statement was with this little with his first draft, I should say, not a typo. Were there Twitch whispers of an individual minor back in 2017? So he's admitting there was a minor back in 2017 in his first draft. All right, we're going to read his final draft and kind of go over all of it really quick.
Sage is from the future here. He decided to keep the minor edit into his final draft after editing it out in his second draft. Just wanted to make sure I clarified that.
The Twitch ban. Oh, well, I like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. Real brass tacks guy, huh? All right, bro. Is that how you talk to the guy? I'm not gonna. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I've always had an upfront, Okay, I'm sorry. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that can be up in front about. And I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community as well as those close to me. My team and everyone at the Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I, and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Collectively, right? Air quotes, okay? We've collectively came to this conclusion after it seems like they booted him. Again, we don't know. He was the guy who founded Midnight Societies, so it is kind of crazy that they came to collective decisions. To have to boot one of your founders like this, the game studio he made, I don't think that comes lightly. To say the fucking least, all right? Our team is full of incredible, talented, and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I'd never want to jeopardize the culture we have crafted. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whispers of an individual minor back in... Oh, did I not... Oh, did he keep that in? What the fuck? Did he keep that in? What? Is that the latest one? No, that was in there. Okay, well, fuck. Well then. Yeah, brave. We're just coming out and saying it. Were there Twitch users an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. You know, ring the FBI, hit him hard, we got him. There's very little after that, okay? He's admitting it. Full stop here. Were there individuals in minor? Yes. So, is that admission that he knew? I think so. Otherwise, he would have said, I didn't know. And we're going to get back into it. Were there real intentions behind the messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean on the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. It is funny that you could just say, oh, you know, just a side of inappropriate, you know? Just talking to the minor inappropriately. Sometimes it would kind of slip out. You know? What are you wearing? Are you free Sunday? I'm gonna meet you at TwitchCon. Don't tell your parents. Okay, I'm sorry. Dude, it is sad. I like Dr. Disrespect. The guy's a hell of a creator, and it's very sad to see this. It does bum me out. I just can't stop laughing about stuff. That's a personal problem, personally. These were casual, mutual conversations. Okay, yeah. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures shared. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. Went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and the case was resolved as a settlement. Let me be clear. It was not a criminal case against me, nor criminal charges have been brought against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. Should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. Now, obviously, this is to get ahead of it. He knew that this guy, Cody Connors, was going to essentially do a special where he was going to tell the truth. Now, people thought initially when the ex-Twitch employee made this statement that it was for a way to sell his concert tickets. So people started doubting legitimacy of these messages. Cody Connors was essentially saying that he would tell them what happened in those whispers at his special. And people were like, oh, so you're pay blocking this very serious action. Is this for money? Is this real? Is this guy credible? This sounds fishy, understandably. But it sounds like it was to get ahead of a lot of accusations. You know, these accusations came forward because then people started throwing out a lot of things out there, and he had to pretty much say his piece. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I fucking own my shit. This is stupid. Now, with all that said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. He is, by his own mission, a predator. I'm sorry, guys. You're in a place of power, and you're measuring these kids. Is that not a predator? Am I getting the definition incorrect here? That he's using his fame and, you know, ability to contact people in order to meet up with this person who is starstruck with him at a large Twitch event. Is that not a predator? Am I crazy here? Now, he can deny it all he wants, but I think the answer is clear, and it makes me sad. Are you fucking kidding me? Anyone that truly knows where I stand on those things with those types of people, fuck that. That's a different level of disgust that I fucking hate even hearing about. So, you know, I would never meet up with her. I would never do that. Not me. It was never no intention. I was just gonna meet. Dude, this is like verbatim shit that you would hear on like, you probably heard this 100 times to catch a predator, things like that. I wasn't gonna do anything. You know, I wasn't going to do anything. I was just going to meet up with them. I wasn't even going to really meet up with them. It's like, bro, come on. We caught you red-handed. I don't know what else. I don't know how else to break this to you. Bro, don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But I think I've said what I needed to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made a decision back in 2020. To my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said something sooner. You guys always showed me and my family love, support throughout all these years. We love you guys like you can't imagine. I have fucking the best community in Circle. If any of this has made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know you have always been greatly appreciated. But trust me when I say this, to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero life experience, oh brother, dude. I don't give a fuck about you. You can't take any high ground, dude. You guys sit in your house all day and don't even leave your house while I'm sitting here sexting minors on Discord and I'm going to town. What are you saying, man? What are you saying? This is not your mic drop moment. This is not the owning the haters you think it is, guy. Fucking bro. All right. Finally, if you're comfortable with the entire student and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine. But I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made a mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family, as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with heavy weights off my shoulders. I don't know how many kids can you fit on those shoulders. Ops. Okay, I need to chill. You want me to disappear? Yeah, fucking right. Good too. Dropping the mic, bro. Okay. So we're gonna move on to some of the responses and what people had to say about the situation. People close to Dr. Disrespect, including his gang, so and sort, or quote unquote, and just get their statements. And you guys could kind of see where they're coming from and come to your own conclusions.
I just want to touch on some things lately, guys. Obviously, there's been a lot of drama that's been going on, not involving me, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And I just got two things to say, and then we're just gonna move on and keep playing Fortnite. All right, number one, anything involving a minor at all, no matter what it is not okay. It's messed up and it's illegal, and it's pretty simple. So especially if you, all right, I'm not gonna get too much into detail about that, but come on, it's a no-brainer, right? That's no.
Oh, I gotta respect that. I'm sorry, guys, but I love there's a Moogle there. I'm sorry, I'm a giant Final Fantasy nerd. God, I am probably a Final Fantasy simp. Okay, this is not the time. Not the time. Sorry.
Number two, with the whole doc situation and just what's been released these last 2 days, here's what I'll point out for now, and that is, if you guys don't know, Midnight Society, which is the game that Doc helped build, right, and create, and he was a part of the company, did their own investigative research behind the scenes, right, and found enough, right?
Yeah.
Found enough evidence to let him go from the company.
Yeah.
Right? Not like
you and I would 100% understand coming to that conclusion, and it makes sense based on the wording of that they found something. I'm more in the pool to believe that to be, if I'm being frank, that they did find something. But again, there is a chance that it's just based on the rumors and a company just wanted to distance themselves based on that. Companies would do that just to protect themselves, and something big like this can be detrimental. So yeah.
not administrative leave, not we'll address this later. Let him go after doing their own research, right? And after doing their own internal investigation behind the scenes. So if that's not enough, right, evidence or enough to, they found something is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now let's, I've seen a bunch of clips out there. I've seen a bunch of stuff from XQC, who said apparently there's more stuff coming out. So until then, it's only been 2 days into the situation. So let's just wait until we see more. But that's all I have to say. Yeah. Saying I didn't do anything illegal or there was no wrongdoing. I mean, a lawsuit at the end of the day, not a lawsuit, but a settlement, right? Because there's talks about a settlement. A settlement, no matter what it looks like publicly, it usually means someone did something, right? Or there was some truth to enough truth. Right? You settle to cover things up. You settle to not let things get out there.
Yeah.
All right.
True.
So just do your own research, look stuff up, and let's just keep on waiting for some more stuff. More evidence. Yep. Moving on in the future, but done with the drama. I didn't even want to talk about this because I hate stuff like this. But
this guy's his friend. For him to even say this, it's got to hit hard. It's got to hit hard for him. You could tell he's a little bit shaken by it. Now people could say is a corporate PR talk. It is what it is. I think it is. I think it's very to the point and upfront. And yeah, I don't know. there's speculation on whether or not some of his friends knew. We're gonna get into that a little bit.
As being in the community, like a leader of the community, and same with the doc being a leader of the community, like I had to touch on it. That's my 2 cents. Don't fucking text minors or do any of that shit. It shouldn't be that difficult. Just be a good person, man, and be
Yeah, I'm gonna cut that out. Cut that out.
a leader in the community. And that's it. Community, like a leader of the community, and same with the doc being a leader of the community, like I had to touch on it. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, really
Don't fucking
sad
text
stuff.
minors or do any of that shit. It
You can tell
shouldn't
he
be
really
that
cares.
difficult. Just be a good person, man, and be a leader in the community.
That is Ninja. In his statement, Nick Merckx, who seemed very close with the guy, on hearing these statements, had this to say. We're just gonna kind of go over that.
Yo, checking in. I'm seeing everything on Twitter, and I read through Doc's tweet, and in that very tweet, he
I
basically
gotta say, Nick has like no neck, bro. It's crazy.
confirms that, he was texting an underage girl, and it went weird sometimes, and look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable. It's unacceptable, right? There's no excuse for something like that, and I can't support it. Hang on, honey. Doing this, talking to Twitter. I can't support it. I can't defend it. And look, the boys and I are torn up over it too, man, because we played a lot of games with the guy, and it feels a little weird, but what can you do, So I just wanted to update you guys on my thoughts and how I'm feeling. And look, I hope you guys have a good day, all right?
So Nick Merckx is made 2 statements, one after that, and then one later down the road that we're gonna go over as well.
We still don't know if he knew she was underage. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. He admitted that in his tweet. Yeah, people are still trying to defend what he did. Even he tried to defend what he did in a really odd way in that tweet. Like, he said that he knew that she was underage, and he would still text her. And the text, I can't remember how he put it in his tweet, but what did it say? That the texts would sometimes go a certain way? Yeah, he edited the tweet 3 times. Just so bad. It's so bad, you guys.
Yeah.
It's so bad. And look, what do you want from me, man? I gave the guy the benefit of the doubt until we knew more. But look, it's unacceptable when you have just in any world. That is unacceptable. You gotta be smarter. You gotta be better. You can't do shit like that. It's not only is it against the law, but where the fuck is your head and your heart at to do things like that?
Yeah, absolutely awful.
What are we doing? Why are we doing stuff like that? So to act like I don't care or act like I'm not upset about the shit he did is crazy. You just have to remember that he was a friend of mine. So obviously I'm going to behave a little bit differently. I got some weird fucking...
Yeah, that's kind of my standpoint. The reason why he's not immediately going so hard, even with some of the things he said in the past, probably because he's his friend, and it's a lot harder to chew when it's your guy. It's just crazy stuff.
Attachments to this. I do. He was a friend. People think that we're like best friends, like we're hanging out. I don't even know the guy outside of a wig. We took one picture together, and newsflash, he was in a wig, and we talked for 8 minutes. Now I don't want to dumb down a relationship, and we still don't know.
It's just it's kind of hard to believe that, understandably, because they played a lot of games together. They seem to be very close in the Call of Duty circus, and they even, when Nick Merckx got called out for losing his skin, Doc went to bat for him and said, I'm not going to play your shitty game, so on and so forth. This is a travesty, and protested a little bit of Call of Duty, or defended Nick and Call of Duty during that process of him losing his Call of Duty skin. So, they were friends. How much he told him behind the scenes, completely up to you to come to the conclusion of. There were some rumors of this going on well before this was called out. We're going to kind of go over that as well. Because it changes a little bit of the context when there were already rumors of this happening, in my opinion. Maybe something was said and he could have denied it to his friends. However, it makes you wonder how much they actually knew behind the scenes. I want to believe Nick Merckx and, you know, whatever close friends he had during the time believed him, and maybe he told them some incorrect information, or maybe he told them some different information, and that's why they're shocked. That's what I would like to believe. However, I could completely understand if somebody wants to come to a different conclusion.
I don't understand for the Dr. Disrespect stuff. I feel like I've heard for so long people say that they were worried about like potential lawsuits or whatever bullshit. I don't know why they ever felt that way. I'm not sure if there's like some other part to that story that I just didn't hear, but this story has been known since basically Dr. Disrespect got banned.
So this has been known for years, quote unquote known, you know?
I'm surprised that it's been under wraps for so long, considering I think about a year ago I started to hear about it from people that I wouldn't expect would keep those secrets, but yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's got to be more to it, but who knows?
But over 2-decade-long career, surely mine would.
Dan, it's been a long time.
Please tell us.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's so long that the person involved is probably okay now.
Yeah. My memory is really bad because this was like 2 years ago, and I was in Outpost buying a minicopter, and I remember someone saying Dr. Disrespect got banned from Twitch because he was messaging underage girls on Twitch.
Why? He said that.
Wait, what?
That's not it.
We're about to learn all about the DMCA.
Saying this has been a rumor for a while, and Dan from, you know, the SD podcast, or if you know Dan, essentially leaked this a while ago, stating that that was the reason in messaging an underage kid. Pretty eerie stuff. So there were already rumors a while ago. For his friends not to know, I could understand somebody raising an eyebrow. That's all I'm going to say. However, you can choose to believe them. Here's what I will say. A lot more likely that these guys are lied to by Dr. Disrespect than them all willing to hide it. You guys have built gigantic empires. There's people who depend on them, and family, especially as well. For them to want to have everything taken away from them, to carry water for what can only be described as a predator, is a lot harder to believe when you really think about it, in my opinion. And I wouldn't want to condemn these men without proper evidence. In fact, I do have some sympathy for them to have to hear this, because I do believe that they were surprised by it. And honestly, with his friends knowing this, if they did know this beforehand, I think one of them would have walked away. I think just at least one of them. So, in my opinion, I do think that they are all just as surprised to some degree as we are, to some degree. And it's, you know, it is sad. And for you, anybody who's saying, like, in the clip before, people would ask, why is people came forward? Most likely because there was no evidence, nothing can be proven, and people didn't want to be dragged into it for something that they didn't know how could it affect their career coming forward with these rumors, especially when there was, like, an ongoing court case and there was a settlement. Maybe they thought there'd be some kind of financial escalation. Understandably, they just didn't want to talk at the time. However, it's sad that nobody came forward and nothing was said. And this is what Tim the Tatman had to say last bit. So I'm going to go on to the ending of this.
Is absolutely insane, bro. Everything I'm seeing. I have known Doc for a while now. We've played games for years. And seeing everything that is spiraling right now.
So the thing is, either this is grade A acting or he's really feeling this. So I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Very difficult thing for me personally, and I'm sure for a lot of y'all out there. I think for me, I know a lot of you are asking, Tim, what are you feeling? Tim, what are you feeling? My bottom line, I think, is if what he is saying, where he said that he was messaging a minor and it would sometimes lead to teeter on inappropriate, if he knew that was a minor, and
it sounds like he knew, my friend. It sounds like he knew. Sorry to tell you that. The way he phrased it, he didn't say he didn't know. He just said that I messaged a minor, because that would have been a defense. That would have been a defense.
those were the messages being sent. I cannot support that.
Yeah. 100%.
I can't. I appreciate y'all. This is beating me up, but this is unfortunate to say the least. This is awful. So appreciate you guys. Thank you for the love you give, and I'll see y'all soon, man.
Yeah, sad stuff. Yeah, after this news, Turtle Beach and the 49ers have both dropped him. San Francisco 49ers reveals stop working with Dr. Disrespect. Turtle Beach removed all merch and references from their website. And finally, we're going to move on to our last part, the Pièce de Résistance, the final review. Another ex-Twitch employee came forward with a different statement that just makes you kind of think, and I just kind of want to talk about it. I don't think most people have an idea of how bad things were behind the scenes at Twitch. Literally work in the department that had an access to most of the data and information. I saw private whispers, etc. It was literally my job to investigate daily. I saw things every day that I wish I had never had to see. I always advocated for being a good human, always express with heavy emotions on my streams and how Twitch let pedophiles run free every day. I signed an NDA and afraid to get in trouble, but I have to say something. It's been bothering me for so long. These sick fucks don't deserve to be free. Saying that because he signed an NDA with Twitch, leaking any private Twitch whispers could have got him in trouble. So Twitch is essentially not taking actions on what may be concerning whispers and other things. That's pretty much what you get from this. Now, there may be legal reasons they don't do that. Obviously, no shit. But it's still concerning, and it makes you think that should be some kind of investigation. And this is unacceptable in a lot of people's minds. How can a company choose to not protect the well-being of not only its employed other people on the platform, it's customers, it's user base. Like, there could be a lot of people in danger that we don't know of, and not to, because like, who knows, this guy could be full of shit. However, I'd believe it. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not too crazy to think something like this may happen. And just based on this, did Twitch end up saying anything, or did it just ban him and that was it? We didn't find out till way later, until another ex-employee said something for whatever reason, even though I don't know. You have to consider why they might do that, and if it's the right thing to do. I would argue not, and they should be reported immediately, based on some of these actions. But I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. Why not? Anyways, I hope you guys learned something. This has been a depressing read. I was a fan of Dr. Disrespect. I can't say I am anymore. Never was a part of the Champions Club, but I did like the guy, and I did like him as an entertainer. Top notch, honestly. And it's sad to hear. And for anybody not understanding why he may have so many defenders, because the guy, like I said, was an entertainer to the highest degree. And it's just sad to hear all this. Anyways, if I stated anything correctly, please correct me in the comments, or you can message me if you don't want to state anything and put yourself in blast on Twitter. I'm Satius on Twitter as well. I hope you guys enjoyed or learned something. I shouldn't say enjoyed. Again, Dr. Disrespect will be fine. And I wonder how much of his audience he will even be affected on. But yeah, it's just sad stuff. Anyways, guys, please please like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends and family. I love your faces, and I'll see you next time.